Laura here, nice of you to join me, and welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. So today I thought what we'll do is we will make up our tags and bits like that using up our scraps. Now in the Sir Vagabond in Japan album that I did, I had a lot of, well, I got these little bags. I don't know if you call them little stamp bags. I can't remember where I got them from, but if I remember I will put the link in the description box down below. They are like a, how can I describe them? They're like a tracing paper type bag. So they're quite crinkly. I just love the sound of it. They're quite crinkly, but they take ink really well. So this is one that I've just added some archival ink to with a stamp, and then I've actually I've just used my Prismacolors, not Prismacolors, my Prismas, to just shade in some of the leaves. I didn't finish it all, but I just thought that was a lovely idea. You could actually use, you probably might be even have to use your alcohol inks or your Cobex or things, something like that on these. I have not tried it, but that would be something you could maybe do if you wanted to, just to give, just to get some colour onto these little envelopes. And this is the one that I've made up. I had some vellum. So what I've done with this one is I've just made it into a little pocket type envelope. I've added one of the chipboard pieces that from this collection just onto the outside, and then I've got quite a few Nouveau drops, so I just added some little Nouveau drops to the outside to give that dimension. And then because you can see through the inside, it just makes it a really nice aperture, really nice thing to do. And then you just take it out, and I've just very simply just decorated it with a bit of card, another chipboard piece, some white card that I've just used my little tiny attacher to attach some staples to. I haven't done anything on the back, but you know, we can do. And then how I've got these rounded corners is I've got quite a few different of the corner chompers. So this one was the scalloped one to create the corners of my tag, and then I just went round with the rounder, so it just looks like a little tag really. So that was quite nice and easy and simple to do. Okay, so to make our little tag pockets that we've got here, now you can do them all different sizes. This one is a 4-inch 1 across by 5. These ones here are 3 3/4 wide by 5 1/8 wide, tall. So there's different ones you can do. It depends on what you want to put in them. But we're going to make these long ones here, these ones here, these wider ones. I quite like the wider ones. So let me just get my measurements. So to do these ones here, pause this screen for the measurements. So you're going to need to put your vellum in at 8.5. Okay, and then cut it by 5. Now it does mean that you've got a bit of wastage here, but you could make some small little pockets out of these, so don't think they're wasted. So once you've done that, we need to keep that shortest measurement up against your trimmer, and we need to score the long edge. So we're going to score the long edge at half an inch. That's going to give us our bottom glue tab. Now be very gentle because you can go through this. So just go back and forth, hardly put any pressure on it, so that you create your score line. Okay, now I've just folded that over, so I'm just going to get my multi-purpose tool. Yes. And I'm just going to crease that score line down a little bit. I'm going to come this way, like so. Okay. I'm just going to open that back out again just so that I've got it out. And then we're going to score with the long edge down the side of your trimmer here where the measurements are. And we're going to score at 2 inches. Okay, again being very careful. And then bring it down and then score at 6. Okay, and then you can fold those score lines over, like so, making sure you've got it all nice and level. Okay, so that's 1. And 2. Right, once you've done that, we need to then get our bottoms ready. So I do a triangle up the score lines that are on the central part, like so. And then the outside score tab, sorry, the outside glue tab needs to be cut off, because we don't need it. So just follow that score line. Okay. And then that can be folded over, that can be folded over, and then that can be folded over. So that there is our pocket, but we need to put our little notch out. So you can either do it where you have just one notch out, like so, or you can do it where you've got a larger notch. So let's do the larger notch. So we're going to use this scored edge here as our guide, and I'm going to put it at the 1 1/4 punch down. Okay, then I'm going to turn it over, so flip it over and do exactly the same thing, and use the other scored line as your marker, and again score that at 1 1/4. Okay, so you end up with like a W. Bring in your cutting mat and a ruler and a craft knife. Right, we're just going to line up the bottom here. Let's bring you down a little bit. Oh, going up. Okay, so the bottom here and the bottom here, we're going to mark up, we're going to sort of line them up. Okay, once they're lined up, we're going to cut this middle part off here. So going from that bottom bit to this bottom bit, just cut off this middle, like so. Okay, so you've cut off the bit that goes up there. So because then when we fold that over and fold that over, we've then got a nicely aligned finger hold in there. So let's bring you up. Okay, so now we just need to add our double-sided tape. So open it out. So open one side out. So I'm opening, so this is the larger side. So this will be the, what would that be? That is the 2.5 side. Okay, so open it out so that you've got the 2.5 measurement going to the top, and which is open, and then the 2-inch measurement that is closed. Okay, so taking your double-sided tape, we're going to put our double-sided tape along this outside edge. Okay, not right on the edge. Again, just leave about 1/8 of an inch gap. Okay, bring that down. Very gently tear your double-sided tape. Then turn it around, turn your pocket around, and we're now going to put the tape on this inside edge. Again, leaving about a 1-inch gap between the edge of your pocket and then the top. So I'm just going to tear that off like so. Okay, make sure this edge is out. Now you can put it in if you want to, and then it will just stay in, but I want to have this edge covered so that I don't see the raw edges. So, but you can have it in if you want. So let's get this right. So take off your double-sided tape, the backing. Okay, move that down. Oh, I'm getting stuck. Okay, so this is where we've got to try and push it down so that we've got no air bubbles in there. So that would make your pocket sort of bow. But as you can see, I've got my tape down there, and I'm just going to just put our tape along this bottom glue tab. Okay, take that off, and then we can close that bottom bit up. Okay, so push that over, close that up, and then that's our pocket done. Okay, you can round the edge, the corners as well if you want to, if you don't like it too square. So that's one pocket. Making our tag now, so we need the tag that's going to go inside that. Now again, you can make as many of these pockets as you like. It's really up to you. I'm just going to make one just to show you. Pause this screen for the measurements. If we make the tag 3 3/4 by 4 1/2, okay. You might have a bit of offcuts that you can use from your making your album. So again, this is a good way to use up all those scraps. So I've got a piece of scrap here. So this is 4 1/2 by 3 3/4. Okay. 3 3/4 is my width, like so, and then obviously the 4 1/2 is as long as it is there. Then I'm going to just use my corner punches. So I'm going to do, this one is the scalloped edge. Now you can use just your normal corner rounder if you want to. I just wanted to make it a little bit more tag like. So I've done that, the cloud one on the 2 top ones, and then just the normal 1/4 inch around the bottom. So the next thing we need to do is make our hole. Now let's have a look what that is. So that's 3 1/2 roughly. So we're going to go with 1. So this would be, the center of this is 1 3/4. Okay, so 1 3/4, and then I'm going to come down about 3/8 of an inch from that line there. So I've just marked my circle there, and then your crocodile, I'm going to use the larger hole on this, and then I'm just going to line that that dot up in the centre of that hole. No, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Can you see I've got the little centre, my circles roughly in the centre of the opening there. And then once you're happy with where it is, just punch it out. So then that's your hole. Now I've got another little nifty little gadget that I've had for quite a while, and it's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's a little reinforcer hole that you can do. So let me just take the rest of those out. There's anything, it does get a bit clogged. There we go. With these little dots, so you could use them for something maybe. Don't throw anything away in the craft industry, do we? Okay, so getting then a piece of scrap. So I'm just going to use this because I've used this already for some scrap. And you're just going to punch 2 of these out. 1, 2. And it makes your little ring holders already, okay? Which is good. So that they're all ready for you. Okay, put your glue around the outer edges of that reinforcer, and then just stick over the hole like so. Now if you haven't got one of these ring enforcers and you've got circle punches and a crocodile, you can use that. So all you would do is, let's get a circle punch. So you could either punch your hole in here like so, punch one hole out, get your bigger circle and then punch it out that way. Or what you could do is you could put your circle that you've punched out onto your tag. So pretend this is your tag. Put your tag on like so, and then you can punch it out that way. So then you just punch your hole out like that. So it makes them virtually near enough the same thing. Okay, just makes that a little bit bigger. But that's another way of you using your tools that you already have, so you don't have to go out and buy anything extra. So once we've got that, now again it's just personal choice of how you decorate your tag. Now I've saved some of these lovely words and things that I've just cut out, so I'm going to use those for something to do with my tags. So not maybe that. So I've got something like that can go on. Maybe you can just have it as a border, so you can just maybe do some little tearings off like so, and then that can stick on. I'm going to round that edge, that corner there, so that it goes with the bottom. Okay, like so. You can either have that as a pocket and have another tag in there if you wanted. You could maybe start to incorporate a bit of your vellum in there as well. So I'm just going to do that. Now I have also got, which may go, I've got some old book paper. Okay, I've just torn a page out of one of the old books that I've got, and you can just tear some of this apart, and you can just maybe, I might tear that bit off like so. You can just put it underneath. Tear that off. I'm going to leave that like that, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some white card. This is an offcut that I have, and I'm going to cut it. Let's have a look. Again, your bits will be different depending on what you've got. So I'm going to do mine at 3 by 3.25. I think I did the quarter twice. There we go. So it just creates a bit of just a square, or just an off square. So you can round your corners if you want to. I'm going to for this one. So let's stick our bits on. So get the glue. Now I'm going to put my glue on this bit and my glue onto here, and I'm going to stick this bit down, or just put it in place, and then put this bit there like so, just so that I can stick them near enough in the same place. There we go, put that down, and then this is straight. There we are. And then this can go over the top, so you can either put it at an angle. I'm going to put that, I quite like that actually, I'm going to have mine at an angle. Now if you want to put the little staples in, if you didn't want to staple through onto the back, just staple onto your sides, onto the corners like so. I'm just going to flatten them out. Okay, and then you can stick it, so you can either go in that way, like so. So really up to you, however you want. I'm going to have mine a bit like that, because then I'm going to put something here in this corner. So again, you can use your double-sided tape if you want to, or just some glue. Just got glue because that's what's to hand. And have it, mine's going to go that way, but unfortunately you can't really see, there we go, the piece underneath. I've kind of covered that up, but you can just see a little bit poking out here, so that's not too bad. So if you haven't got the chipboard pieces, then you could use one of the little cutter parts that come in the 8x8, so you can cut out one of those and back them onto either some of your stone paper or your cardstock, and you can use that. So I actually quite like this little piece here, so I might as well cut them out so that you can see. So roughly, I'm going to roughly cut it out and then stick it onto some card. Now you could go around with a marker just to hide them white edges, and then that way it then frames your work, and if you haven't cut out quite straight or neater, it also hides that as well. There we go. So you can either use glue, and then if you had any of your ribbon that you dyed from a previous video, we can stick this through the hole. And or if you've got some string, that would be nice as well. That would go really nice with this because it's flowers and stuff. So just cut that off, and then get our little envelope. There we go. Takes a bit of time, but once you get it, it goes in. So, and then when you've got something on the back as well, that'd be really nice. So that's the front. As you can see, it looks quite nice in there. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna use one of these are butterflies. Now this is off the sticker. This is sticky backed chipboard. I'm going to put that in the corner, up there in the corner. Or again, you could have cut out some of your butterflies from the paper, or you could have stamped them if you had some already stamped. So then what I'm going to do for my Nuvo drops, I'm just going to draw out the little flight of the butterfly. Okay, so that's, I've traced it out a little bit. You probably won't see it, but when I put the Nuvo drops on, you will. Now I've got, I'm going to use this green. So I'm just going to start mine off. I might have to just give this a shake. I'm just trying to get, there we are. So just then go over the little dots that you've drawn. And then put this somewhere very carefully to dry. And then when that dries, that then will look, I mean these are the pearl ones, it will just look like that. So you'll just have a bit of dimension on your pockets. So let's put this over here to dry. Okay, let's work on some of our tags now. Sort of the photo mats that we've got in our books. Right, so we're going to work from the front of our book. So we'll work on the inside. Wow, this seems about ages ago since we did this bit. So we'll work on the credit card slot page. Pause this screen for the measurements. And we did a little booklet that measures 8 by 5, and then you score it at 4 to give you the booklet. The next tag in one of the credit card slots is 6 by 7, 6 by 7 1/8. And then 6 by 8 is then the next one in there, like so. You could have gone a bit deeper with that one, but I thought that was fine once you've got everything on. So let's work on those. So let's take these out, and then we can work on the rest. Now, for me, for some unknown reason, I seem to have gone through a lot of my paper. I really don't know how I've done it. So I think I did cut a few pieces wrong. I think that's where I kind of have fallen a bit short, really. But we can just use some of the, we also can just use our offcuts just to get rid of them. So, because in the Vagabond one, I used exactly 2 paper pads, 2 12x12s and 2 8x8s, but I had quite a lot of paper left over from that. So let's get these right. So that's going to go on the front. Now what we can do is we can add in the side, we can just add white cards, white cardstock, and then that way we're not having to find more paper. I'm not having very much luck with glue. That's going on the front. You can just leave that like that and then put some white card on the top, which is what I think I'll do. So my white card is going to be 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 on there, like so. And then what you could do is use your chipboard pieces. Let's use that in the middle. There we go. So that then is the front. And then what I would do is also put your your white card into into here as well. But then that looks just nice as like a little booklet. And then these just add it. So then these would measure 3 7/8 by 4 7/8 for your white card. So then that would go on there. Like so. I'm only going to put one in. Right, I think I'm going to leave that there for this video. So thank you ever so much for supporting and watching my videos. It means an awful lot to me. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, please move your mouse over to my logo, which is on the right hand side and on the bottom. If you just move your mouse over that, a little subscribe button would come up. If you're on a mobile device, the subscribe button is just above the comment, so just click on that and then you're subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification button. That way you will be always updated whenever I upload any content to my channel. Also, come and see me over on all the social medias. I'm on the major ones: Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Also Pinterest as well. All the links will be in the description box down below, as always. Thanks again for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye!